Welcome back to Scott's Derby Garage. Today I'll be showing you all of the cars I have so far. So first off, we're going to start with my current race car. Here we have my 2002 Toyota Corolla. This is my current racing Democross car, and it's built to the Impact Motorsports Democross rules. I decided to paint it as Deadpool because let me show you guys the roof. The sun doesn't really help there, but there's a big Deadpool logo on the roof. We painted it as that because the third movie just came out. It was pretty sick. Just give you guys a quick walk around of it here. Got some of my sponsors on here. We got the X-Force. We got the girlfriend on here. She's the one who she's the artist. I really just I just help a little bit. We recently added the channel on here. Very nice. So this car has run let's see, 2 heats and 2 features so far. We ran it at Almer Fair in heat 1. Did pretty good. Well, got first place, so we got to go to the A final. And then in the A final, well, if you haven't seen that video, it was a very tight race. But she managed a second. Very good for this car. And then we turned it around, looked it over real quick. It was still in good shape, so we decided to run it again. Next weekend, we decided to run it in Tillsonburg. So we brought it out, came first place in the heat again, ended up going to the feature, and took another second place. Because this season, I guess you could call me second place Scotty if you want. So we're almost into the fall season, right at the end. We got Rockton coming up really quick. So the only thing I had to fix on this car throughout the whole thing, I think I've done the front struts. That's all I've replaced. This car's been holding up really well for me. I haven't had any tires go out on me, but you know, once you've been doing this for a couple years, you learn a couple things. So these tires right here, these are doubled and tubed. So basically you shove, if you don't know what that is, you shove a smaller tire inside of a bigger tire. So basically you have like double the sidewall, and then you put an inner tube in it, and that's what holds the air. So these things basically do not go flat, which is awesome. Because I mean, honestly, once you get one tire that goes flat in the race, you're pretty much done. I'll show you guys some of what I've done to it. I've done all the basics. Like I moved the battery over here, passenger floor, fire extinguisher, very important. We cover that with a airbag after. I did a little bit of extra. I moved all the wiring. So that is all the wiring that is in the car. I took everything out of the trunk. There's no wiring back here, so there's no chance of anything getting cut and killing the car. Left the dash in, just took out the airbag. The windshield's in for now. Once it gets a big crack or something, then I'll take it out. But the rules say you can keep it. So I've run, both the cars I've run in Democross, I've kept it in. And it's been working well, so why change it? You could say I've taken a couple shots to the doors, but you know what? That's okay. We just put a self-tapping screw and it's fine. Yeah, there's a reason they tell you can reinforce your driver door. I always like to put, at minimum, one of the rear seat cushions or something. Just shove it down in here so you're nice and tight, and if you get hit, at least you have a little cushion. This is a new addition. I added a little trucker knob. So I've seen some of the guys run it, not many, but I figured to give it a shot. Who knows? Then right here, the hood, pretty sure in the very first race I bent the hood like that. I was going up a ramp, and as I was coming down, I hit the back of another car and it bent the hood straight down. Well, that was probably one of the most strategical moves I could have done, because this is awesome. Basically now I can just ram people with the front bumper and no problem, and I can use the hood prop. So and luckily, best part, it didn't even crack my rad. Just bent the support in a little bit. The AC condenser is not really condensing anymore. But yeah, the rad still holds water. Like, it's pretty sure it's still full. Yeah, the rad is still full. so we're not leaking water, which is awesome. So let's see, under here, what did I do? So the power steering reservoir used to sit right here on the side. Moved that in. The battery tray I cut off so it doesn't puncture anything. Cut the airbox shorter, and then I just put a couple self-tapping screws into the filter part. But there's no wiring up here in the front anywhere. I just put it all on top of the engine, not on the exhaust obviously, but we put it all on right on top, zip tied it nice and tight, and I had no issues whatsoever with this thing. And yeah, this has been an awesome car. Like, I think it'll honestly start if I just hook up the battery real quick. So let's do that. I'll show you guys what she sounds like. Yeah, so one downside, or I guess not really a downside, the fans run all the time. I don't know why. It's got to be something to do with the wiring, but I mean, it can't hurt. It's always cooling the engine. But I bet if I turn this, she'll fire up. Oh yeah. So there you go, guys. That is one of 3 cars that I'll be showing you. On to the next one. All right, different day, same video. We're over here at the Vibe today. My current rollover car. Let's show you guys what it looks like. So here it is, my 2007 Pontiac Vibe. This is currently built to the Impact Motorsports rollover contest rules. It's my very first car, first build that I had, and I've learned a lot from it. Let's just show you guys around. But originally it ran the Demo Cross. I ran it for, let's see, once in 2021, twice in 22, and twice in 23. And then it got pretty beat up, and I had found that Corolla to replace it, so I was like, all right, they just brought this rollover contest back, so let's give it a shot. So we just converted it to do that, and it's done pretty well actually. It didn't break much. It's broken some, but we fixed it. This will also be running in Rockton on the Friday night, so watch out for that. We'll see if it survives. If it survives Rockton, we will take it to Fall Brawl the next weekend. So yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes. The only really major thing I broke was last time I let my buddy Josh run it in Tillsonburg, and he ended up, well, you might have seen, it kind of ended up on its nose. So I had to replace the control arm. I don't know if you can really see in there, but the control arm, the axle, and tie rod. Then we slapped on a new tire too, and she still drives great. So let's go. I'll show you a bit inside the car. So the rule says you can make a 4x4 cage. So being my uncle helped me build this one, and we like to build it to the max. So yeah, we put a 4x4 cage in this thing. Pretty freaking beefy for a Demo Cross car. But hey, for the rollover, I am super glad that we put it in here. It's definitely beefy. I haven't seen a bigger one. Let's just put it that way. Let's see. I can open the hood for you guys. Well, I don't have any hood prop anymore, so I'll just have to hold this. But here's under the hood. We have we've done a couple things. We reinforced the rad that's currently in here. I put a little strap on top of this strut because it was deciding it wanted to leave a little bit, so we're trying to keep it in there. The only issue I've really been having with this car is on the Friday or Saturday, I think it was the Friday last year, when I ran it in Rockton, I hit the block twice. So as you can see, that's not very straight anymore, and it actually knocked off, oh, let's see, nah, you definitely can't, but it knocked off my Prindle switch, so the car doesn't know what gear it's in really, and therefore the starter didn't work. So we ran our little starter workaround wire. So we just ran it from the signal over here, and then this switch just turns on the starter essentially. So you have the key on, turn on the starter, boom, it fires up. That's what it's supposed to do. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a problem. It's kind of on and off. Other than that, it's been a really solid, super sturdy car. I would definitely run another one. All right, well, that was the rollover vibe. We'll see if we can pull out another win at Rockton and or Fall Brawl, but I have a feeling at the end of the season we're gonna retire the car. It's been through a lot, and there's not much left of it, to be honest. So on to bigger and better things, and by bigger, let me show you what I mean. Here is the 2012 GMC Sierra that I got earlier this summer, and I was planning to build it for stock trucks. I still am, to Impact Motorsports stock truck rules, but I just didn't get around to it. Didn't have a lot of time. I was working on other cars, so this will be next year's build. But here she is. The box looks like it's seen better days. That's because it has. This is not the box that came on the truck. One nice thing about derby cars, and especially if you have the space for them, as you can keep all the parts, you can sell all the parts. So I sold like the whole front end, and I did a box swap with a guy, and now the truck is paid for, plus some extra. So the money I have extra, I said I'm gonna put back into the truck. So I think I'm gonna buy some nice shiny headers to put out of the hood of this thing, make it really scream. And I've already been collecting my tires. I have some plans for the front setup and the rear setup. So yeah, right now she still looks like a truck, unlike the other cars. But let's see, what can I tell you about this thing? It's a 4.8 liter LS. More and more of these I see are being run, and I don't know, they seem like they hold up pretty well. So I got this truck for a good deal, and I'm planning to run stock trucks with this thing. It'll be my first smash derby. I've done demo cross and rollover so far, and I haven't actually been smashing and crashing yet, so I'm kind of excited. Should be fun. We got a nice big boy to whip around the ring. So there you go. That's just a little look at all the cars I have so far, and what I hope to do with them next. So stay tuned and watch what happens to them.